everybody, my name is Caroline. I'm a physics lecturer at a UK university. I post every Monday and Thursday. The channel's all about student matters, things that go on at university, what lecturers get up to, so if that sounds like your kind of thing, do hit subscribe. But today's video is all about going out for a summer placement or a summer internship, or where you've got some kind of work to take part in across your summer vacation when you're not studying at the university. And this year it's very different because of the horrible global pandemic. You may have been able to get a job, you might have been able to get work experience, and you might not have been able to. You might have caring responsibilities, you may be in a geographical location which you actually can't leave, and that can limit down your work options. So a couple of weeks ago I posted a video about things you can do across the summer that can improve your CV, and that includes tips and ideas for if you have a job, and also ones that if you don't have a job, things you can still do. So I'll include a link to that now. But this video is, let's say you've managed to get a job or an internship or a summer placement. What can you do to maximise that experience across your summer? So yeah, first things first, well done for getting that particular position. As I said, it could be a bit different this year. I mean, you might not actually be going to a place of work. You know, every time I've had a summer job, I've actually gone to a building or a laboratory or a research field. And this year, the global pandemic might just be stopping you from travelling altogether. So you could actually be starting your job looking at a screen from your home somewhere. So it's a little bit odd. So okay, a bit about me. I had various summer jobs when I was working as a student, or working when I was studying as a student. I worked at a supermarket for a Christmas period. I set up my own party entertainment business, so I used to do juggling, close-up card magic and balloon modelling and entertainment. And then I spent 2 summers taking diagnostic weather measurements out in the field using various bits of technical equipment. And each time I started one of those new jobs, obviously I was the new person, I didn't know the people I was going to be working with, and that first day, I remember it's a mix of excitement and looking forward to starting the new job, and then also a little bit of anxiety and wondering if you're going to get on with your new colleagues, can you actually do the job, are you going to like the work environment, and that's all perfectly normal. The thing about the summer placements is you're not there forever. So typically they're going to last anywhere between 4 and 12 weeks. So actually they're very short. It's like a little taster into the world of that particular industry. And it means if you don't like it, it's only going to last for a few weeks before it concludes. But because these placements are so short, you want to make a really good first impression. So usual stuff. On that first day, make sure you know the name of the person you're going to be meeting, whether you're meeting them in person or whether you're meeting them in some kind of online virtual software that you've got to log into your computer or on your tablet. Know their first name, know their surname, know where your time of your meeting is. You don't want to be late. If you're doing it using software, see if you can practice with the software to make sure it logs onto your computer and there's no like firewall issues. And then on that first day, you might meet loads of people, so you might have a line manager or supervisor who introduces you to loads and loads of people, and that's a real challenge because you've got to remember all of these new names and how they fit into the business and whether you're working with them and how their part of the job interacts with your part of the job. Or maybe you'll only be introduced to 1 or 2 people. And that could be quite likely actually if you're working in a remote setting. Your new manager might not want to overwhelm you with too many people straight away. But in any case, I found it really useful to keep track of people's names. And I couldn't remember all of them, so I had a little notebook in my handbag, and in quiet moments I used to jot down the names I could remember and a little note about how they fitted into the organisation or what their area was that they worked on, just so that I had a fighting chance if I met this person again of remembering their name or knowing at least a little something about the job they were doing in that company. And then on that first day, it takes a little bit of time to settle in. I remember my first day working with the weather measurements. I was sharing an office with a really lovely, experienced senior scientist. We were both using the same piece of software, and of course he was really experienced with it, really competent. I think I spent the first couple of days just trying to get it to do some basic functions, make some basic images on my screen, and it definitely took me a few days, if not a couple of weeks, to really settle in and feel that I could use that software at a level that I could be useful to the company. So It just takes a bit of time when you're starting somewhere new with new pieces of equipment or new approaches, new software, new ways of analysing things. It just takes a bit of time to settle in. But your summer placement tends to be quite short. As I said, they're usually like 4 to 12 weeks long. So if there's something that you don't understand, you do need to raise it. So it's a balance. Of course, you don't want to be raising everything all the time and looking like you can't work independently and get on with things. But at the same time, if there's something that's really got you stuck and you've tried to resolve it and you can't fix it yourself, then it's worth asking a colleague, maybe somebody that works in the same team as you, maybe your supervisor directly, because you don't want to be stuck on the same thing for several days and be not able to progress the task that you're working on. And that's really important on summer placements where the experience is such a short period of time. And on that first day, something else you can do is try to find out the kind of dress code. I think typically people turn up for their first day of work probably on the more formal, the smarter scale of fashion, but you can quickly then work out what the typical dress attire is and whether you can relax your outfit. And some companies are still wanting formal attire, even if you're working in a remote context. Others are much more relaxed about what you're wearing. So, that will come within the first couple of days of being at your new job. Don't forget to keep a record of the things that you're learning as well. This is a very intense experience working at a company across the summer. You might do several jobs, you might be focused on one particular activity or task, but just keep a record of presentations that you're giving, or when you're talking to the team, or if there's a particular report style you've had to understand and use, or software, because it's all really useful stuff at the end of your placement when you come to update your CV, to be able to look back at your experience and go, oh yeah, I did that, and I did that, and I did that. You might love the job from the very first day. It might be an amazing job that you're so excited to start. It could be a job that really you've kind of taken just because you need a little bit of experience. You could have taken it for financial reasons. Maybe you don't like the job after the first week and you think, oh my goodness, this really isn't for me at all. You might want to give it then another week to see if things get better, and then have a talk with your manager or maybe a colleague, or if you've got a friend who's kind of trusted and connected to that community, have a chat with them, and then just see how it goes and decide whether you want to keep that placement going for the rest of the time. Do you want to shorten the placement? Or is it something that you just don't want to continue at all? And if so, you need to have a discussion about whether you want to close out that job or that placement. But hopefully you're going to have a really good time and you're going to really enjoy it. I think getting summer work is such a great way of experiencing a particular industry or a part of business to see if you're going to like it. I certainly found it really useful when I was doing the diagnostic measurements with the weather equipment. I discovered that I still really liked working with different types of technical equipment. It wasn't stuff that I'd used before in my degree, and I found that really interesting. I was using different physics equations and areas of study that I hadn't looked at before, and that was really interesting. And it was kind of nice to challenge myself to learn a new area of science in a very short time and then try to do something meaningful for that company. And yeah, my last tip is be nice to everyone, be professional, be friendly. You may not like the organisation after a few weeks. You might decide that it's not going to be the right industry for you, but you never know when you might meet these people again, or when you might need a reference for your CV. So be polite, be nice, be professional, and that'll go a long way to helping you enjoy your professional experience or your placement across the summer. But if you've got a summer job, loads of good luck. As I said, if you haven't, don't forget to check out the other video, which gives you some other ideas of things you can do across your summer. If you're finishing up your exams, I hope they're going well. Keep studying hard, you're almost at the end, and then you get the nice break away from summer. And if this is your final set of exams, and you're going to be ending your degree and ending your university, we can have a chat in a couple of weeks' time about starting a job or career hunting and things to put on your CV depending on what type of job that you're going for. If you're a master's student, or maybe you're a PhD student and you're continuing your research across the summer, I've got future planned videos coming up for that, so stay tuned. But yeah, thank you for watching this video. If it was useful, do give it a like. Subscribe if you want to join our academic group on YouTube, and I will be back on Monday with another science, student, university related video. So have a great weekend, stay safe, look after yourself. If you're starting a job, good luck, and I'll see you on Monday. Bye.